We and Tesla are definitely on two different paths. In fact, Tesla, their mission is to expedite the popularity of electric cars. They started with Model S, then Model X. After a start, they used Model 3 and Model Y to serve even more customers. The path we chose is actually the same concept. It's somewhat similar, but the path we chose is slightly different. We chose to start with a new brand. We think this approach is more in line with consumer psychology. We think we can cover different consumption needs with 3 brands. We feel this method is more in line with consumer sensibilities. We believe our NIO brand can have a significant market share in the high-end market. We hope to have a high percentage and good profit margin. Our second brand, we hope, can support the company's growth. Being able to serve more customers is part of this plan. The reason why we can share is because we could share before, just not as much. Now, we can share more, especially with Smart E. We can share a significant amount, for instance, in terms of software. It doesn't matter whether your Android phone is sold by Samsung. Do you prefer expensive phones like Samsung or affordable ones like Xiaomi? They all use Android. You don't have to develop much. In fact, it's smart. This helps to reduce the costs attributed to software dependence. The savings and benefits of scale are significant to me. I definitely won't hire as many people as Neil for the second brand. Do we have as many intelligent people as an intelligent driving team? We have a cabin team and also a digital system team. There's a battery team and a motor team. All these teams are similar in scope and we are just here. We also have the vehicle engineering project. We share many atomic capabilities. Everything is shared. In fact, the reason why we did this is to avoid having to hire more people. This allows us to introduce the second brand and the third brand. In the past, this was impossible. It was impossible to develop a vehicle with your engine inside. It's too challenging to share, but now it's not. With software code today, it's much easier to share.
All right, we got another week of deliveries, and you guys might not care about deliveries, but deliveries are very important. It's the fastest way NIO gets revenue, right? Service and everything else, it's only tiny bits of revenue. NIO is still getting them revenue primarily from selling cars. So delivery is still very important, and we got a delivery update for last week, which was December 4th to December 10th. All right, so those 7 days, we're gonna see what those deliveries are like. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys, deliveries aren't looking too good. If I had to make an excuse for it, I would say lack of incentives, and also because of the fact that there's lots of competition, and NIO hasn't really updated their cars to the 8295. Those are my 3 excuses, all right? But let's dive into the numbers. We did see a decrease over everything, all right? But a good increase for the EC6, which is pretty interesting. All right, guys, diving straight into the numbers. Here we got second week of December, ES6 1,108, and that is down 170 week over week, and versus same time last month down 14, which is just 1%, so it doesn't really matter. And next we have ET5 and ET5T 922, which is down 388, but actually up 1% versus same time last month. ES8 253, just doing okay, but obviously negative 32% versus same time last month. They were doing really well last month, so yeah. All right, next we have the 777 170 deliveries, just doing okay, I guess. Yeah, actually up 41% versus same time last month. Now we have the EC6 right here, 530, which is down from the week before, but actually up 126 month over month, so up 31%. And then here we have the total SUV sales, this chart right here. So actually you can tell it's down slightly from the week before. Total SUV sales, so this is just ES6 plus EC6, not including ES8, okay? Now, if look at how it looks like on a chart. Here we have it on the chart. Boom. Wow, take a look. So ES6, there we have it. Down, 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 going down. Ugh. Yeah, hopefully it stabilizes and doesn't get below 1,000. And then we have ET5 over here. I mean, like ET5 just barely keeping its head above 900. Pretty nice. And here in the red, we have the EC6 doing just okay. yeah, hopefully it stays around this level or increases. The ES8, 253 and 777. Now, once they release the refresh version of the ES7, that number is definitely going to bounce up quite significantly, probably around here, higher than the ES8. So maybe hopefully it can get like maybe 300, so 400 deliveries for the ES7 alone. So the 77 total, with the ET7 refresh, maybe we can get the 777 way up here to 600-ish. So the 777 refresh for the ET7 ES7 is coming pretty soon next year. So look at the competitors. We're actually gonna I have ITO M5 and Xpeng G9 and Model Y to also look at this time. So just look here, we got Zeekr 001, 1112. So it is selling quite well. Okay, and then BMW i3, 1073, and then we have the BMW iX3, 609, down quite significantly from the weeks before. So if you look, Zeekr 001, week over week difference, minus 193, and month over month is down 3%. Week over week for the BMW i3, down 1,000. So probably last week was just a fluke for the BMW i3, and month over month, not much changed. For BMW iX3, same thing, not much has changed. And then if you take a look at the numbers for the ITO M5, 941. Now, ITO M5 EV is more like a much cheaper EV. The higher bound reaches up to the 300K range. And then Xpeng G9 is definitely within the 300K and above price range. So 1017. So that's actually pretty sizable compared that to the ES6. So definitely it is an alternative than the ES6. And then Model Y, of course, super strong, 12,019, basically invincible. And then if you take a look at what it looks like on a chart altogether, here we have Zeekr 001. So BMW i3 really fallen off. Everybody's fallen off. So it's not just NIO, everybody's falling off quite significantly. Winter is coming. They had a pretty nice boost at the end of November, but of course falling down now. So maybe at the end of the month we might see it tick up more. And then market share wise, look at this. Always very happy to see NIO's at 50% market share compared to Zeekr and BMW. In the luxury EV department, we're not considering Model Y as a luxury EV. They have car models that touch the same price level, but the majority of Model Y's sales are below the price range that we're looking at, which is 300K. Zeekr 19%, and here we got BMW 29%. Big shrink from last week. What do you guys think about deliveries? Obviously, I know it's kind of disappointing. For me, it's also disappointing, but it is what it is. NIO still has a very strong market share. I'm just waiting for the sub-brand to come out because that's going to get them a lot of sales. And watch my previous video over here if you haven't already done so, which is about the sub-brand. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.